இன்னும் என்னடா யோசிக்கிற? There is nothing to think so much மச்சான். தைரியமா போ, ட்ரஸ்டபிள்ரா. 3 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன பார்த்துருக்கல, இப்போ நான் பார்க்குறல்ல. ஹவு கான்ஃபிடென்ட் ஐ ஆம் பிகாஸ் ஐ ஹவ் டேக்கன் அ ரைட் டெசிஷன். நான் கொடுத்த அட்ரஸ் போய் விசிட் பண்ணேன். யூ வில் ஹவ் அ பர்சனல் கேர் ஃப்ரம் தெம்.
எல்லா பேஷண்ட்ஸுக்கும் பர்சனல் கேர் தராங்க. 30 years of proven medical records. All eye care treatment under one roof. அதான் ஆர்கே ஐ சென்டரோட ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டி.
My dear children of God, it's my pleasure to be with you all once again for this episode, How to Lead a Life That Would Be Pleasing to Our Lord. Last few weeks we have been discussing on why God has sent us here onto this earth before we return back to Him in eternity to take some assignments. We said that we are here to learn. From this episode, I am going to take few parables of God and find out what God is trying to communicate through those parables on the aspects of what we are expected to learn here on earth so that He can use us in eternity to the best of His glory. The passage what I am planning to dwell today is on the parable of the bags of gold or talents. It comes in Matthew 25th chapter, verses beginning from 14 to 30. First I will read the parable, then we will go and deal on the important aspect what God is trying to communicate to us and as well what He is expecting from us. It goes like this. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his wealth to them. To one he gave 5 bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and another 1 bag, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more bags. So also the one with 2 bags of gold gained 2 more. But the man who had received 1 bag went off, dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of the servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who received 5 bags of gold brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with 2 bags of gold also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 bags of gold. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share in your master's happiness. Then the man who received 1 bag of gold came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown, gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked and lazy servant, so you knew what I harvest and I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. So take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. My dear children of God, this is a parable. God is teaching about how to use what we have been entrusted with. He starts off as a servant. In the last few weeks back, we found how God, though He calls us servant, elevates us a stage after stage, from servant stage to a friend stage, and later to a relative stage, and then to a son stage, and finally makes the son ruler. That is what we saw in Luke 17th chapter, verses beginning from 7 to 10. It goes like this. Suppose one of you has a servant plowing or looking after the sheep. Will he say to the servant when he comes from the field, come along now and sit down to eat? Won't he rather say, prepare my food, get yourself ready and wait on me till I eat and drink. After that you may eat and drink. Will he thank the servant because he did what he was told to do? So you also, when you have done everything you are asked to do, should say, we are unworthy servants, we have done only our duty. So here we see we are starting as servants, but God doesn't leave us there. He says, I will no more call you as servants, but as my friends, because I have shared with you all what Father's plan for you all. So once when he shares his truth, which is nothing but we are all getting transformed here on this earth, then we go to a friend's stage. And later in Matthew 12th chapter, last two verses, when people will come and tell Jesus, your mother and your brother and your sisters are waiting outside, he will say, who is my brother? Who is my sister? Who is my mother? He will point out to the disciples and say, these are my brothers and sisters and mother. All those who become my disciples are my relatives. So my dear children of God, he elevates us to that level. And finally, in 1 John 3rd chapter, you will say, how much love our Father has lavished on us so that we are being called as sons of God. So to that level he is going to take, but for that what we are expected to do, that is what this parable is telling. We will go through the parable. It starts off by telling, he called his servants and entrusted his wealth. So my dear children of God, God has entrusted with so many things to us. Our profession, our family, our skills, talents, so many things he has entrusted with us, and he is expecting us to put it to use, and he has given that each according to his ability. For some he gives more, for some he gives less, all as per our ability. Ability can be coming from so many reasons. Suppose if you are born in a poor family, God's expectation also can be to that extent less. And if you are born with silver spoon, God's expectation also can be more. So the more he gives, the more he expects, the less he gives, the less he expects. So based on what he has given, as per our ability what he has given, he is going to expect accounts. Then he said, put this money to work, and first servant immediately goes and starts using it. So he doesn't waste time. Immediately he went. That's what the parable says. So we are also expected to not to laze around, but put whatever talents God has given us, money that he had given us, for good use, so that we should be in a position to multiply them. These first two servants do that, who got 5 talents as well as the 2 talents. The third servant who got 1 talent, it says he dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money, which means he doesn't want to strive hard. It's a lazy servant. Dug it means he doesn't want to put it into use. So God is expecting, when he gives us a talent, to put it to good use. It can be education, it can be richness, it can be family. If it is family, show your love, show your affection, put your concentration on them to bring up children in a better way. If it is a business, try to ethically make it bigger, try to earn profit. Nothing is wrong in making profit, but it should be ethical, it should not be by cheating. After a long time, the master of those servants returned to settle the accounts. So my dear children of God, whatever God has given us, we are supposed to give accounts. After a long time. What is this long time? It can be either second coming of God or our own returning to him after our death. So anything can happen earlier. So once when that happens, we are supposed to give accounts. Why should we give accounts? Because he has given us something to put it into use. So we are expected to multiply it, bring fruits out of it to him. The first person comes, servant comes, and he says, Master, you gave me 5, I doubled it. I made it into 10. So immediately master says, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. So you have been truthful in few things, that is on earth. But if we are good and faithful, he is planning to give, based on our performance here on earth, a lot more in eternity. That depends on how we are going to multiply that. Same thing, second servant also comes and says, you gave me 2, I multiplied it into 4. To him also he says, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Where is this master's happiness? It can be both here on earth as well as in eternity. After all, on earth he said, if you obey my commands, I will make you a head and not the tail, and I will fill you a basket full. All these blessings are here, and more so it is in eternity. He is planning to give lot of assignments in eternity when we are good and faithful in whatever God has given us. Finally, it goes like the third servant comes and he says, Master, you gave me, I hid it and brought it back. I knew you are a hard master, harvesting where you do not sow. There he says, you wicked servant, lazy servant, you should have at least put it into a banker and got me interest, which means even evangelism, at least to your own staff, would you not do, leave alone going out and do it to outside people. So God is expecting us to put to use whatever He has given us. So we should be very careful, and He says take that money and give it to the person who did 10. So we should be careful not to lose our opportunity. For viewing other episodes, please visit YouTube Narendranath or website www.divinetruth.asia. Till I meet you next time, I take leave. Thank you.
Appointment வாங்கிட்டல?
வாங்கிட்டேன்க்கா.
Hey, why are you getting nervous? Last month பிரியா குட்டியோட அங்க தான் விசிட் பண்ணேனா. எக்கனாமிக்கல்டா. இன்சூரன்ஸ் கூட claim பண்ணிக்கலாம். Premature babiesல இருந்து old age people வரைக்கும் விசிட் பண்ற ஒரு இடம்.
எல்லா பேஷண்ட்ஸுக்கும் பர்சனல் கேர் தராங்க. 30 years of proven medical records. ஆர்கே ஐ சென்டர் டி நகரில் இருக்கிறதுனால accessible to all places.
Youngsters, you guys must take the right decision at the right time with the right people.